6th of May, 10:30 to 12:30. Give me better returns over
Business succession plan. Give assurance and comfort to the client. There's a law that allows the children to contest your will. Being conned into that industry basically. So are they aware that there's law that protects spouse also?
Hi guys, this is Relva from SG Finance Matters. Today we are going to have someone really special. It will be Richard Yeo from Probate Enterprise. He's a long-time friend of mine, business partner, and he is also my mentor. Today I especially get him on board to share with us an episode on what is will writing all about his business and how he started his business. With that, I shan't steal his thunder and let's guys sit back, relax and enjoy this video.
Hi guys, my name is Richard Yeo of Probate Enterprise Private Limited. So what we do, provide will writing services to the general public, living will that comprises of LPA, AMD and ECP. We also provide safekeeping of the client's original will and the probate assistance services.
Hi Richard, morning. Thanks for coming to share your experience with us. So we have prepared a few questions for you. So exactly what inspired you to start a will business and how do you get started in this field?
Velvet, thanks for the invitation first of all. Why I started into this business is because I was once a financial advisor like yourself, being conned into that industry basically. But I found my passion when on the second year I did my CHFC and I know the importance of estate planning. Okay. And during those years in the 90s, when it comes to estate planning, there's only two products required. One is insurance, the other one is will. And those years only lawyers do the will, and it wasn't until 2001 when the very first company in Singapore that provide will writing services other than law firm, and that got me interested. So I jumped aboard. I left insurance totally and went to will writing services since 2001 until today.
So what sets your will writing services from the market and how do you ensure your client gets the best service from you?
Our process is the one that makes us stand out. In the market, there's a lot of platforms, that provide the end products. Obviously, I set myself apart from others. Process of getting the will done. We don't sell by form filling. We don't sell by asking client, just let me know what you want. As in one way communicate, you tell me what you want, I just prepare the will for you. We truly believe in customizing clients, right? Because client comes with different scenario, they got different background, so we actually customize accordingly by knowing their situation better. Then we prompt them the different scenario and have the will drafted out according to their need. Over 3 to 4 meetings by understanding client situations, prompt them, then we prepare the draft. When the draft is ready, we make it a point to meet up with clients again. We go through it word by word, line by line.
So I hear basically is the process and also the customization that sets you apart. Do you also challenge your customers? Like for example, your customer say, okay, I want to give this person X percentage, and probably you also prompt one step further and say, hey, would you want to do something else instead of giving a lump sum or something?
Of course, I won't say challenge, but the right word to say is I will prompt the client with different other things to consider. Okay. Like other than this, what if another scenario comes in? What if the best scenario and the worst scenario? Okay. And what if this person not around? Who else will you give? Right word is actually prompt them to consider further, so that the will are more long-lasting and they don't have to keep changing.
Oh, I see. So it's probing and not challenging. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. How do you ensure that your client information are protected and also their confidentiality of the will are also well maintained?
Basically, we do get our client to sign a contract for service to engage our services. And in this agreement, we do have this confidentiality clause. If we leak out the information, then of course we will have to compensate.
So your data, right, is mostly stored in cloud or you're storing in somewhere?
Such an important document and in data, I don't store in cloud. I store on company PC,
which is isolated from the network.
Yes, correct. I have two PC. One is linked to the computer, linked to the internet for the work when deliver. Once everything done, then the data will transfer to another PC that's totally not linked to anything. That's how we protect our clients' data.
How do you determine your pricing, and how do you ensure that your pricing is competitive to the market?
Do you know that a will can get it done totally at zero price?
I heard it before.
You can download and search from internet for a sample will, and you can have it just cut and paste. In fact, my very first will was free one, FOC from internet. Okay. But unfortunately, because my case is slightly different because I got children, and that format does not address anything about my children. So which is why I spent $150 through a lawyer to get my will done. That was before I went to this industry. And realized that $150 will done very quickly in less than half an hour. It's almost the same as the first one. So I wasted $150 and $10 through internet to download. Importance, I usually tell my clients is, don't write a will based on the price. Write your will based on your initial thoughts, your intention. Based on intention, right, then whatever the price is, it will be more adjusted. My price compared to the market, it tends to be slightly more expensive than lawyers. However, if you look into the process of getting the will done over a period of 3 meetings, and the first meeting is usually a non-obligation discussion, and that one takes already 2 hours. The second meeting is go through the draft with the client, and that one invested 1 hour. And the third meeting is have the will done. That one probably half an hour. So if you take the time together at the kind of price, you realize that it's a worthwhile amount. Based on instruction, the more thing they want to say, it tends to be more expensive. But another unique thing about our services is that we usually, during the first meeting time, right, we will always share with them how much their will is going to cost them before they commit. Let's say I charge you $500, I will show you how we arrived at $500. We do have a proper pricing structure, which is available in our website. We don't charge client based on the time. We don't charge client based on knowing how much property or how many property he has, how much money he have. We don't base on that, but we base on according to their intention.
The other day, I just engaged a plumber to my place. Even before the plumber come to my place, he already say, hey, I'm going to charge you a transport fee of $50, $80. Do you also charge something like that?
I would like to charge transport fee. Our normal practice is we don't do that. We encourage our client to meet online. But of course, if let's say client just want to have a consultation, do have advisor to actually charge consultation fees alone. But of course, the consultation fees can be waived off should they take out the services.
Drafting a will is not something very straightforward. There are also implications, like I think of my parents, I think of my children. I would think that it's not like I'm going to give like 30% like to my son, 20% to my daughter, 10% to my parents. I don't think it's that straightforward. But if there are such implications, how do you help your client understand the implications and assist them to make an informed decision in drafting their will?
Sad to say, most of my clients will not thought of 10% to children, 30%. They will say 100% to wife first, which is why is when drafting the will, I consider myself as the will planner. It's critical for them to be in touch and knowing the law. Is it possible to give everything to spouse and nothing to children? What's the implication? That part requires the application of knowledge of the law, and that's where my role as a will planner is to actually to prop them up. Mr. Prospect, have you thought of your children? Why you don't give anything to children? Are you aware that there's a law that allows the children to contest your will? Or vice versa, everything to the children, nothing to the spouse. So are they aware that there's law that protects spouse also? But in Singapore context, the child will have direct access at the age of 21. But you and I being as a Singaporean, at the age of 21, what were we doing?
Partying?
Yeah. If not, in the army. And when it comes to Friday book out, hey, assuming money is not an issue, you definitely go clubbing place after place, right now. Yeah. So having a young adult to have access to all the money, study shows a lot of time, majorities of them will squander off all the money. They may not know how to put into better usage. You know, and I've seen it with my own eyes. People that's close to me, even relatives, I've seen it before. You all narrow down to the person, the representative, help the client to plan out the content.
The person who draft, to help the draft.
Okay, there are two things. One is a will planner. Now, will planner essentially help client to plan out the content. Another one is will writer, the one who physically writes the will for the client. I do train the financial advisor and property agent, them to become a will planner to help the client to plan out the content. But when it comes to drafting the will, don't take the risk because there's a legal implication. Usually tell them to refer to their own lawyer or their company whom the company work with to have the will drafted out, or can refer to a will writing company like us to draft out the will.
So it means you do work with financial advisors, property agent,
Yes.
and they are your will planners.
Yes, I train them up as a will planner.
Okay, so they will be competent enough to do the planning portion, and coming to the drafting of the will, they will pass back to you.
Ideally.
You have over 20 years of experience in this field. Do you have any like most memorable or most challenging case that you have ever encountered, and how was it? Could you share something with us?
Being 20 years in this industry, there's only one particular case I remember was extremely expensive. The highest fees I ever charged, they have two girls. First one got special needs, but the second daughter was normal. The will itself, we were drafted more for the purpose of the eldest daughter's well-being and medication side, while for the second one is more for the normal, for the living lifestyle, her maintenance and educations. So the will involving setting up two testament trusts. Goodness, I never charged client for, I was thinking in my mind, would they pay or not? I calculate one more time and I share with them, this is how much it will be, how I arrived, they bought it.
Without even considering or bargaining with you.
No. When you have a solution to their problems, they will find all the means to pay for it.
Just now you also mentioned that you are also training will writers as your associate. Can you share with us what is this all about, and then why would anyone wants to be a will writer?
I believe in legacy planning, and one of the legacy I have to plan is actually for my own company and myself. The last thing I want is I part this world with all my knowledge and skill, and without transferring, which is why I conduct training courses to train the financial advisor and property agent so that they can service their client better. What they will learn is understanding the law that's currently related to the properties, related to bank accounts, related to stock and shares, businesses, everything their clients may own, the limitations, right? So those are the basic law they have to understand. And then the other parts of the training are how to ask the right question. The other parts, of course, is about the probate matter. Transferring of the deceased asset, because at the time of death, right, the deceased asset is all frozen. 1 week later, they try to go down to the bank, try to get the money out from the bank account, realize cannot touch. They try to go to the insurance company, try to make an insurance claim, and realize that those some don't have nominations, or sometimes insurance asks for the grant of probate or letter of admin, but they doesn't know how to obtain. That's a part whereby the insurance agent and the property agent can make themselves more professional, able to guide and share with the client.
So it's like a value-added service.
Correct.
Be there for the client.
Yes, because if without them, without the advisor, they will run around, they hit the wall, they will get more frustrated.
Is there a trend that more and more of property agent and financial advisors are acquiring this skill?
Yes, growing is a growing number. How do you set yourself apart from your competitors? One way is to enhance your knowledge and skill.
So can I take the liberty to ask a favor from you?
Right.
Guys, for you, if they want to acquire this skill and through Welver, SG Finance Matters, do you think Probate can do something nice for them, maybe giving them some discount? Or if they want to take up this, if any of the property agent, will writers, insurance agents, or even anyone, they want to acquire this skill of will writing, do you think through SG Finance Matters, Welver, can we give them some perks?
Well, definitely, no problem. After all, I know you for so many years already, and you have supported my company also. So just for you, no issue. No problem. Can arrange.
So good discount,
Very good discount.
You guys be my witness. Thank you, Richard, for this assurance that you will give them some good deal.
Oh yes, definitely.
As a tip, so what is the one common pitfall that you commonly encounter and you think that anyone who is going to draft a will can avoid?
One of the common pitfall, they will give everything to only one person, namely spouse. And nothing to children.
I mean that sounds normal to me.
Yeah, correct. It's common. That's why it's a common pitfall, because there are laws, existing law in Singapore that allow the other family members to even contest. They want their will to be contested when they're not around. So basically, it is important to know the existing law, so that basically you're able to prod client properly. When I do a will for client, we hold two principles actually. One, of course, is to give them assurance that the will is done. Once done, their wishes can be fulfilled and not contradict with the law. And the second principle is to give client the assurance that when this will is done proper, nobody have a ground to contest.
Incontestable.
Yes. Your wish cannot stop people from contesting. You can prevent them from contesting in certain level.
That's doable.
Yes.
Can you give an example? Like for example, why would anyone want to contest?
Sometimes family feel that this is not fairness. There's no fairness. Yeah, they want fairness. They want to be equal. But clients have preference. They want to benefit one child as compared to others. Or give everything to one child and never mention about the other children. So it is important for them to indicate on there why other children are not receiving. Why is it that they never give to other children but only give to one? I think I need more time to talk about it, to elaborate further.
It's not very straightforward.
No, because every situation is never the same.
Then if that's the case, can I ask one more favor from you?
Sure.
Guys, do you think that you want to know what are some of the common pitfalls and how can we prevent it? Especially if you're considering to draft a will or you are already in the midst of drafting a will. The common pitfall that you want to avoid. I would like to get you to come on board and share this portion specifically, and for some of our friends here to ask you questions. Do you think that is possible?
Of course. All because of you, Velvet. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
No issue. We can arrange a day.
And I really want to chop your time. Can you take out your phone now?
Which day you have in mind?
6th of May, guys. Note in your calendar, 6th of May. Okay, we are going to have Richard to come live online with us to share about this portion. What is the common pitfall and how do you potentially avoid this pitfall via Zoom with us? Okay, note down the date, 6th of May, 10:30 to 12:30. Thank you very much, Richard, okay, for agreeing to come for this session.
Thank you. Thanks for the invitation.
Richard, so based on your experience, what do you think of the role of insurance in a will? Because a lot of people, they have said that, okay, I don't have much, I don't want to give anything. And based on your encounter with will and insurance, how do you find the connection with this, and what do you think the role of insurance is in a will?
Very interesting question you put. To me, insurance is just one of the many assets of client. It has a nomination. If it's a revocable nomination, once the client signs the will, the revocable nomination is void.
Can we also slightly talk about this nomination in the 6th of May?
Can. In the area of legacy planning, tends to pay out one lump sum for them to maintain their lifestyle.
Okay.
Because when your family lost someone, the income also stopped there.
There is always a saying that every Singaporean is a millionaire if you own a house in Singapore and with some insurance. Is that really true? And I mean, in your course of work, is everyone really dying as a millionaire?
Yes, they die as a millionaire. But on the other hand, that's only asset. Still got liabilities that are clear. And I've seen cases, their liabilities, business liabilities is more than their assets. And they merely die as a bankruptcy.
I think we are more or less done. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Wilman. That's my invitation.
6th of May, 10:30 to 12:30. See you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so guys, this is Welber, SG Finance Matter, signing off.